So now, because we went to a 3.7, that's only going to take a couple of drills. We're going to use a 2.3, a 2.8, and a 3.4. We're just going to use 3 drills, okay? We do have drill extenders, and in this particular case, the drill extender might be helpful where you can put the drill in the extender, put the extender on here. But you see how long it just got? It just got super long. And on a front tooth, you can do that sometimes, but on a back tooth, obviously, you can't do that. You won't have the space. Anyways, that's what a drill extender looks like. The drill just fits inside the extender. It's a latch. It's a latch grip on it. Okay. So I probably won't use the drill extender. I'll probably just freehand that. It's just a couple of drills that we have to do. So we got a 2.3 long, a 2.8 long, and then the 3.4 long. So we're just going to use these 3 drills, okay? Okay, and before we get, so now we know the original drill is the 2.3. We know that we're going to use this instrument, and this instrument fits the guide. And we've checked all this out before the patient's here, before I'm here. The dental assistant has checked all that out. Okay, so now this fits in there, and we know what our plan of action is. The drilling. And then we still have to get them numb. So I'll put the drill down. We still use, so this is a top tooth, so it's the same kind of rules. We use 2 carps of Articaine. We'll place topical, and then we'll use the Articaine, and we'll get them numb. Okay, and then they get numb pretty, they get numb pretty fast with the Articaine. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is there'll be a marker, a purple marker right here. This is really important for all implants because I'm still doing freehand access, which means I'm going to go place the guide on the tooth. This is the patient's mouth again. I've got them numb now. I'm going to place this guide in. Then I'm going to take the marker and I'm going to make a mark through the hole onto the patient's tissue. So when I remove it, there'll be a mark right here. Okay, that tells me where the implant's going to go. Then I take the Bard Parker and I cut the gums away there. I make a little hole for the gums so the drill doesn't go right through the gums. I've removed gums in this area. Then I use the Bard Parker to do that with a straight blade. Nothing fancy, just a straight blade Bard Parker. Okay, so now I've removed that. Now we're ready to do it, to do the surgery. We place this back on. The dental assistant has a function to make sure this stays in place. So she's going to have, or he will have their hands on this and hold this steady and in a good spot so it doesn't move or rock, okay? And then I'll pick up the drill. There's copious amounts of water on implants. We want to use a lot of water, so there's going to be suctioning. Generally, you're going to use a slow speed suction on this, okay? Okay, so then I will drill, and it takes a little bit to get through the bone sometimes, and I get in there to my measurement. Then I'll remove that drill, and I'll go to the next drill. I'll drill again. I'll go to the next drill and drill again. So in this particular case, we only have 3 drills to use. It all depends again on how big the implant is and the length of the implant. Very important that you understand at the beginning of your setup that you know the length of the instrument that's going to be used, which is on your surgical protocol guide, and its total drill depth is 25. That lets you know whether you're using short drills or long drills. And that you have to know at the beginning, okay? And then you have to make sure your implant is correct, that it's a 3.7 by 11.5, and make sure you have an implant. So here's the implant. Here's how do you read the implant is, so we use the Legacy 4s are real common, or Legacy 2s, okay? For Legacy 4s are for our crowns, and Legacy 2s are for the implants. However, in this case, it's not ERA, so this one we can use a Legacy 4 because it's going to end up being an implant crown. The difference is the abutment on a Legacy 4 separates from the implant. On here, there's an abutment and an implant. In this particular case, the two separate, I just pull them apart. On other ones, like Legacy 3s, the abutment is permanently attached to the implant. And that's not our situation because the patient has to go home and look nice, and we can't have an abutment sitting there for 6 months. We want it to be flat and pretty. Okay.
I'm gonna